What's up YouTube, Mike here with PeoplesChoiceGaming, and today we're going to go over the new Update 13 melee weapon, the Dragon Nikana. Now, typically, I do, all my weapon videos the same, but considering we have a lot of new stuff to go over, this is going to be a longer video, and I'm going to go over the combos, the channeling multiplier, the stance, all that stuff, so that you guys understand it all, for those of you that don't. And I'm just going to do this first time here, and basically after this first video I'm going to do all the melee weapon videos the same again, where I basically just show off the build against all factions. I will also show the combos off, and I'll go over modding the weapon. So first things first, with your melee, if your weapon's equipped, you can still attack with your melee. Now, if you want to do your combos, you need to equip your melee. So go into your key bindings, set a key binding for equip melee, and then basically you're going to switch to your melee, and then you can basically only use your melee once you have equipped it. And the first thing in the list of combos is always going to be your regular melee strikes. And to look at your combos, you just click escape, go to melee combos. Also notice how you have all these. Now, these aren't all new combos, which is unfortunate. It would have been nice if they changed some of them. However, they're all still the same. They are the, running slide, the jump attack, wall run attack, finisher on a downed enemy, and those aren't any new combos. They're all the same. However, they do really nice damage, though, and I definitely use the slide attacks, in-game. Now, let's quickly go over the 3 combos for Tranquil, Cleave, the only stance for this weapon. And if you're having trouble with the third combo, pulling it off, it's because it's not melee, right click in melee, and then melee. It's actually just hold right click from the start, and then just melee consecutively afterwards, which is not how it's listed. Alright, so here is the first combo. Son of a gun. You gotta get that timing down. I'm still not perfect at this. There we go. Gotta make sure that pause was enough. So basically you do a strike, a flurry of strikes, and then a roll and a big strike. Works really well in a group of enemies and build up your combo multiplier. Now here's your second combo. That's your second one. Now here's your third one. Hold right click and just start meleeing. And that's basically it. You do a thrust at the end. Sorry if my mouse moves back and forth a little bit. It's because, the whole comboing melee system is a little bit more intricate. And I use my melee button on my mouse, and I have a real sensitive mouse. So that's why it shakes a little bit when I'm doing those combos. So those are all the different combos. Now, before I get into the combo multipliers, which I'll show on a big group of infested, I'm going to lastly go over channeling. To channel, you hold your left click while meleeing. You're going to know when you're doing it because you're going to have the big energy, beam here. It doesn't take any energy at first, but once you actually strike enemies, it's going to take 5 energy away for each strike that you land, or less if you have a channeling efficiency mod on. And you're basically going to do about 50% extra damage off of your current base damage, and then added to whatever damage you're normally doing. And typically, not all the time, but most of the time, if you kill them while you're channeling, they're going to turn into red particle dust and float away, which, by the way, then you can't desecrate with Necros. So let's melee a couple enemies here with channeling. Hold left click and then strike while you keep holding left click. See how he floated away? Watch my energy too. See how my energy goes down 5 when I hit? You can also hold your left click and channel and do combos. See? Alright, now let's quickly jump into some infested, and I'll show you the whole combo multiplier. Alright guys, I got a quick clip of some infested to show you how the combo multiplier works here. So basically, if you look down on the bottom right, you're going to see a number going up. every time I land a strike on an enemy, that number goes up 1. And after that number goes up a few times, you're going to see that big 1.5. And you only need a few. And then that means I'm going to be doing that extra 1.5 damage multiplied. And then basically you just keep swinging. As long as you land a strike on an enemy without waiting too long, the number will keep going up. If you don't land a strike within like a few seconds, it'll reset. So that's why the attack speed really matters a lot. So if you land a few more strikes after 1.5, then it goes up to 2. And then you got to land a good many more strikes to get up to 2.5. And I think that's max, because I went up to like 70 hits after 2.5, and I was stuck at 2.5. So that could be max. Not positive though. Alright guys, let's go ahead and go over modding your Dragon Nikana at level 30. And one thing I want you to check out is make sure once you got your full build going on, check out that spin attack damage, your leap attack damage. You're going to have really high damage, and it works out really well. Something I like to do on maps when there's just, when I'm just coming up to one enemy or only a few enemies that might be far apart, I like to do the running slide spin attack for the really high damage. And then whenever I'm coming up to more of a group of enemies and they're closer together, that's when I'll do the fast melee attacking and all the actual combos, so that I'm able to build up a nice multiplier and do good combo damage that way. Now, on the weapon, you got a V and a sideways D polarity by default, and then you got your spot to put your stance mod. This weapon comes with only one stance mod, Tranquil Cleave, and it's really nice. The stance mods, they give us lots of extra points, so on a lot of weapons it's going to make us not have to form it, which is really cool, and you'll still be able to do full builds and even have points left over. Now, just to let you know, in case you're a few of the people that seen the video go up for a few seconds before I took it down, I was recording a different section basically for a build without a catalyst, and instead of putting this in the video here, I accidentally put that in the video, and I didn't mean to, so that's why I'm putting this back up here for the full build with the catalyst and everything. But just I guess to let it out there, or put it out there, if you are one of the people that can't afford a catalyst, this is a good weapon to not afford one on, because it's just a ridiculously strong weapon, and you're going to be able to kill enemies all the way to all the way into the end game without even having a catalyst. That's how strong this weapon is. And you'll be able to kill level 30-40 enemies with just a few strikes. It's really nice. Just make sure you start off with pressure point, spoiled strike, fury, and then just your best elemental combo with 2 elements, and that'll be definitely what you want to do for your best damage for a build with no catalyst. Now for your full build, just add a 3rd elemental on, your Bane mod, and then your Jagged Edge, which is really nice. It's going to bring you up from 200 and some slash damage up to 400 and some, 439 slash damage. Now when it comes to the channeling, if this is something you were thinking about, there's nothing wrong with channeling. It works well. You're going to be able to do roughly 50% extra damage with it. You don't need any mods on your build to do channeling in game. It's just something that they've added to melee. Like I told you, it takes 5 energy away with each landed strike, and you'll do about 50 extra damage. However, when you're modding your weapon though, for best damage, you're going to want to do an all-around damage mod, and with all your elementals, because basically you're already going to get a boost in damage from when you're channeling and doing your melee. But if you were to take any of your damage mods out to add a channeling mod in, so that you do a little more channeling damage, it's going to be less damage, so you're not going to want to do that. In fact, it's going to be a lot less damage when you actually add in the bonus and everything your elemental combos are going to give you on certain factions and whatnot. And as far as what elemental combos to use, we've already gone over this in the past in every build video. For high level Grenier, survival and defense, we want to use radiation. For Corpus, magnetic or toxin, they're about even, but toxin normally comes out on top. And then for infested, corrosive, giving us the best bonus against the tougher ancients on those higher level in those higher level games and map modes. Now, one thing though, it's a little different with melee, for me at least, and I know a lot of people. If you are somebody that you might play the map differently, like let's say for Grineer, even if I'm doing the higher level survival and defense, what I like to do is use my primary weapon against all the tougher Grineer, like the napalms and whatnot, which the radiation is best for, and then I like to save my melee for all the lighter Grineer, which viral is best for. So in that situation, you'd want to mod viral. So just remember, it's going to be depending on your personal playstyle, what you want to use. Pretty common sense. It just matters, what you're actually going up against the most, with that weapon. So you just need to figure that out. And, for Grineer, here's my viral build. Got the 2 toxin there and then the ice. And now for Corpus, even though I really like to use the toxin normally, the magnetic, like I said, it's pretty equal. But the magnetic's really nice because the focus energy is going to give you that channeling efficiency bonus. So what that means is it's going to cost less, basically. That's it. So instead of costing 5 energy, it's going to be like a little bit over 2.5 energy. So almost, it's almost going to cost half as much. So that's really nice there. And then when you go up against Infested, if you're using your primary weapon mainly for all the ancients and you're just using your melee for the light infested, then you'd obviously want to use gas for your elemental combo. And then, of course, just add a 3rd element as well of either of the elements in the build. And lastly, for the void, just using my signature, typical void build here, corrosive and then ice by itself. So we got the 2 electrics and the poison to make corrosive for all the Grineer and the heavy gunners, and then the ice by itself to help out with the shields and the corpus and the voids. And that's basically it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please comment, like, and subscribe. I hope you're loving this update as much as I am, and this amazing new melee weapon. Just ridiculous damage, and they did a really good job of making it look really, really good. It just has that futuristic, total Japanese samurai look. I'm really digging it. And before I go, if you got any questions, just make sure to message me on YouTube, and I'll definitely, help you guys out. Just give me a few days to get back to you, and I'll help you out with any problems you have. Alright, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.